Ladies and gentlemen, there is an application on the market right now called Givey Radio that is promising you guys out there real life money just by listening to radio stations from your mobile phone. Today we're going to find out, is it legit or a complete scam? I hope you enjoy. Let's kick this off. When it comes down to who can actually use Givey Radio, it does seem like they're way more open to new users in multiple countries than other money-making applications. Now, the downside to that is that your earning potential will depend on your country. If you didn't know, Givey Radio runs on an advertisement system. And what I've come to realize with these type of money-making applications over the last couple of years is that these developers are only going to pay you a small portion of what they're receiving for those advertisement views. So if you're in a country where advertisers aren't paying the developers that much, that means in return, sadly, you are not going to earn that much either. I personally live in Australia, so the earning rates that you're going to see on this video are completely based on my experience. So when you try out Givey Radio, it might be completely different. As soon as you join up to Givey Radio, you're going to see how easy it is to actually use. It's one of these basic Givey applications, and if you never used the Givey application before, they're very, very straightforward. On Givey Radio, thankfully, they pretty much lay it out as easy as possible. As soon as you sign up, you'll get to listen to whatever radio stations are available in your country. I have to say, there are so many different radio stations on Givey Radio, it's actually quite overwhelming. I had a really fun time listening to different radio stations in different countries because I'm only used to obviously listening to radio stations here in Australia. Now, the actual earning system on Givey Radio might confuse some people, okay? The whole concept here is that we listen to radio stations, then we earn these Givey coins or tokens, whatever they want to call their in-game currency, in return for watching advertisements. You see, that's the whole point of Givey Radio. We listen to radio stations, the developers play us ads. Now, when it comes to these advertisement systems, I have a feeling that some people are not going to like this. And the reason for that is because you could be listening to a radio station, right? Then all of a sudden, an advertisement will appear. And this kind of destroys the whole flow of the application. So because obviously this application is just pretty much hijacking or using, I guess I shouldn't say hijacking, that might sound a little bit malicious, but they're streaming radio stations straight from obviously these broadcasters. What ends up happening is because there's no real talking between the broadcaster and Givey Radio, when Givey Radio plays an advertisement, it will interrupt whatever's happening at the time. So you could be listening to a song, singing along, then all of a sudden just bang, an ad will just cut out the song. It definitely is not the biggest problem in the world, but I do know for a fact some people will get annoyed by this. If you guys want to help me grow on YouTube, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, drop a comment, be sure to share this to anyone you think would like to see it, and join my free newsletter. Links are in the description below. Thank you so much. Now it's time to talk about the different cash out options that Givey Radio allows you to withdraw to. So, if you've ever used the Givey application before, all the same cash out options have returned. If you're new here, essentially you can cash out to a wide range of options including PayPal, Binance, Coinbase, and Payeer. There are other ones as well, but they're the main ones I like to talk about. So when it comes down to the actual earning time and how long it will take you to make real life money on Givey Radio, that is completely subjected to where you live. So what I mean by that, as I mentioned at the start of the video, the ad rates will change depending on your country, so these developers will pay you at a different rate. Here in Australia, I can easily say it took about 1 hour to earn 20 real life cents. And that's just by purely listening to the radio. Now here's the thing, if you want to increase your earnings, Givey Radio features an offer and task section. Now I've always stated that the real money making way on these Givey applications is through the offers and tasks section, okay? I swear this developer just makes these concepts just to get you to go to the offer wall. I had various different offer wall providers that I could go through, but on today's video, I wanted to see how much completing surveys would earn me compared to listening to radio stations. So get this everyone, as I said, it took about 1 hour to earn 20 cents on Givey Radio. But then I headed over to the offer wall section and completed a survey and I was able to earn 70 cents or so literally in 10 minutes. So now you can understand why I'm saying these offer wall providers on these applications will pay you so much more than the application itself. Which I don't really understand, because in my opinion, if you're going to make an application, you'd want to make it so it pays you the most for what the application actually promises you, which is listening to the radio, not completing offers and tasks or surveys. While I do love covering Givey on this channel, I just don't understand why they pay so little for the actual things you do in the application that aren't offer wall related. As I said, I live in Australia, so I can't even imagine how slow this application must be in countries where they really can't earn that much money through applications. Indonesia is a big one that I know people have spoken to me about, and even Philippines, where they have a really hard time earning money through apps. So I can only imagine how slow earning in these countries would be. That being said, Givey Radio does have an invite a friend section as well. So if you guys want to refer people to use Givey Radio in return will supply you with a small percentage bonus every time your friend cashes out on the application. So in total, it seems the percentage, at least here in Australia, is 10%. So if you guys join my link, every time you cash out on Givey Radio, I would earn 10% of your earnings completely for free as a bonus without affecting you. Not only that, if you did join through my link, you also earn 2 cents as a welcome bonus. That goes for everyone, by the way. So if you invite your friends, you'd get the same type of bonus reward. Whether or not it's really worth inviting people to use Givey Radio, I mean, that's completely up to you. When I make these videos, I leave the referral codes there because usually these platforms will actually give you a bonus for joining up. But with applications like Givey, you're not really going to earn too much by referring people to use them. Now it's time to talk about, is Givey Radio actually legit and going to pay us or not? So, my experience with every Givey application so far has been a positive one when it comes to the cash out, so I wasn't really expecting anything too different with Givey Radio. Now, I do want to make it clear, the options that you cash out to will change your waiting time. So for instance, for today's video, I cashed out roughly $1 worth of Coinbase currency. And I'm happy to say, Givey paid me straight away both times, because I cashed out 2 separate times. What I discovered is that you can only cash out once per day. So that's something to really keep in mind here, everyone. I didn't even know that, to be honest. I could have sworn you could have cashed out more than once in a day, but maybe they've just implemented that, or maybe I just never paid attention to that. But when it comes to the PayPal cash out, you will have to wait between 2 and 3 days or so to get your money, and there might be some fees involved. So be careful with that, alright? I'm pretty sure there are fees on these Givey cash outs. It has been a while since I've cashed out on Givey with PayPal currency, but I could have sworn on my Givey videos cash out, it did charge me a fee. Either way, I am happy to say that Givey Radio is legit, at least at the time of this recording. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow for another review. Stay safe out there. See you next time.